So, Mr. Host, can you mute everyone? Except for one person,
Yes, sir.
except for DTM Talha.
So, yeah, thank you for unmuting me. And just so that I can hand over the charge to our president, DTM Sarfraz Nazir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, DTM Talha bin Hamid, and welcome, fellow Toastmasters. Looking at the names, I think we all are Toastmasters or have been Toastmasters. So we don't have any non-Toastmaster guests, so I won't go into the details of what Toastmasters is all about, except for the fact that we mark our Toastmasters International is celebrating its 100 years existence this year with a special celebration during the annual convention in August in California. And so I think we'll have the elections first. Is that correct? We want to go with the elections, followed by table topics, and then we'll have the farewell address by the current president and a few remarks from the incoming president. So it's so glad to see Toastmaster Wase with him, one of our active members. For a while, he was away because of his studies. Good to see you. And it's always nice to see Ali Ashar Anjum. And we were talking about his smiley face. So that's true. He's always smiling, but inside we don't know. If you've heard his speeches, you know he's probably bleeding on the inside. That's why he's wearing red. And it's always nice to see our tech host, DTM's Saad Shoaib, one of the youngest. So actually, two of the youngest DTMs in District 122 are Ali Ashar Anjum and Saad Shoaib. Both of them are associated directly or indirectly with the Karachi Toastmasters. We also have with us one of our newer members, Toastmaster Arfat Tabassum, and our lawyer, Toastmaster Rafat Mubin is with us. We have our immediate past president, Toastmaster Iba Khan, who will be leading, along with the Toastmaster Nadi, our elections for 2024, 2025. And we have one of the old-time Toastmasters, a very dedicated Toastmaster and a pioneer of Toastmasters in Pakistan, Samir Dodi. And we have with us one of our newer members, not a new Toastmaster, but a new member to Karachi Toastmasters, who is a candidate for VPPR, Rashid Dastagir. And at this time, I'm going to hand over the control of the meeting to our leadership committee for them to take care of the elections for the upcoming year, Toastmaster Iba Khan and Toastmaster Hina Ali.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody, Toastmasters, and guess we don't have any guests. Hiba and myself, as you would recall, have announced the nominations for the Club XCOM for 2024-25 for Karachi Toastmasters Club. And we would like to now carry on with conducting the election. Hiba, would you like to take the lead with the
I think it's better you do it because you do it more properly and appropriately rather than me.
Okay. So as long as you're with me, all
Yes,
right,
I am.
and I have your permission as you are our chair. So with the permission of the chair of the CLC, I would like to now carry on conducting these elections. A lot of you have been present when I have done this duty before. So please correct me if I go wrong somewhere, because I think I've been doing that lately, right? So within the Club XCOM, as you all would be aware, there are 7 positions. And in terms of the announcements that we made last week, we had nominations I believe, for 5 of them. And 2 were not filled. I've had some interesting news since the announcement of the nominations, and a few people have come forward, and I requested them to, of course, come from the floor today in terms of their wanting to stand for certain positions. Now, if I could just get back to our main list. Just give me a moment. Our first position, of course, we know there are 7 positions, starting with the topmost, which is the president of the club, who is the captain of our this setup. The person who's the face of the club, the person who, among 2 people in the whole ExCom, who always gets to speak at every single meeting, which is one of the things I say to all candidates who I'm trying to convince to take these roles. So for, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the 3rd or maybe the 4th time in the past few years, we have one of the most dedicated Toastmasters in our district, in our division, and of course in our club, DTM Talha bin Hamid, who was nominated for the position of president. Before we get into this, I would, of course, like to just briefly get into that process of the election. So what we're going to do is we'll have the 7 positions that we'll be electing today, starting from the topmost of president, going right down to sergeant at arms. And for each position, myself as the election officer, I will announce the nominee that the CLC has announced last week and ask one of the members to second that nominee. Now, as per the standard election procedure, the member who seconds the nominee is required to also give a speech in their favor. In the interest of time, I wanted to put a motion to the club, and that is to, in the interest of time, if we may dispense of this second speech, because as it is, the nominee will be giving a speech up to 2 minutes. And can I request the timer stroke tech host to ensure that whichever person is speaking needs to be muted exactly at 2 minutes. And I request all nominees, whether coming from the CLC's decision or from the floor, kindly keep your speeches brief, concise, and within 2 minutes, right? So my motion on the floor for all of you to vote on is, may we dispense with the speech of the seconding member, because there has to be a seconding member, whether it is the nominee that the CLC has announced, and then after that, we will have people from the floor. So each of those people have to be seconded. So host, can you please quickly just do a poll for this? So an aye for everybody is in favor of this motion. And can I have someone please second this motion?
I will second
Any
this
member
motion.
who would second this
I will
motion, and then we put it to the vote.
I will
Thank you.
second this.
DTM Talha has seconded the motion. And Toastmaster Saad, may I request you to please quickly raise that poll? So the motion on the floor is to dispense of the seconding member giving a speech in favor of the nominee.
Please also make DTM Ali co-host, since he's not entitled to vote.
Is that done?
I'm just
Yes.
doing that.
A host.
Give me
Okay. So as host is raising this poll,
1 minute.
if we go ahead with this, in that case, I will request one of the members to second the CLC's nominee. and then request members from the floor who would like to stand from the floor for that. Somebody come on board. I'd like a second member also to second that nominee coming from the floor. And I will ask twice again, and then I will pass a motion to close the nomination for that particular. So we're starting with president for the position of president. If we have only the one nominee, nobody stands from the floor. In that case, I will request, do we have our secretary here today? The current secretary?
No, we don't.
Okay.
But you can ask any other club officer.
Okay, sure. So I request you, DTM Talha, to then cast a nominal vote in favor of that. So the poll has been raised. In the meantime, I'd request everybody to quickly cast their vote. And then after that, Saad, can you just show us the result within the next 1 minute? I think the poll has a time on it. Once 1 minute is over.
We have the majority. So
we have the majority, and the majority is?
in the poll, and majority is yes.
Majority is yes. Okay. So with that, the motion is passed that we will dispense off. Thank you for displaying that. We will dispense off the seconding member's speech in the interest of time. Okay. So once, if only the main nominee from the CLC is standing, then we'll have a nominal vote put in place. DTM Talha, since you're the president, I'd request one of the other members to do that. And then for the following rules, you can put in the vote. If we have more than one candidate, one from the CLC and others standing from the floor, in that case, we will have a silent ballot. Same way, we will raise a poll, and we have to have a majority to decide the winning candidate. If there is a tie, we will run the poll again, and we will have to continue doing this till we have the one standing winner, right? So everybody cast your votes fairly and in favor of the best candidate as you see them when they've spoken. What I forgot to mention is, once we've closed the nominations, then each of the candidates will be allowed 2 minutes to give a speech on why they believe they are the best fit for this role and how possibly they feel that they could benefit. That would be an added part of the speech, which everybody can take on, right? And as I had said, the tech host will mute every speaker when 2 minutes are hit. So please keep your speeches concise. After that, we have the poll. And we will repeat once we have the winner for president, and then we will repeat this for VP Education, VP Membership, VP PR Secretary, Treasurer, and Sergeant at Arms. Is everybody okay with that? Can I get a thumbs up, please? That's great. Wonderful. Right. I just wanted to know, are all the candidates here? I'm not sure. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's great. Is Arfa here as well? Yes, Toastmaster Tabassum, she's here. Okay, fine. Okay, so our first candidate for, or rather, the first position was that of president, and DTM Talha bin Hamid was nominated. Can I have someone second his nomination, please? Okay, Abdul Wase, Toastmaster Abdul Wase, member of Karachi Toastmasters Club. You can speak up and say you second the nomination. Okay, something's wrong with your mic, but I got what you said. Okay, great. Okay, so we've had Toastmaster Talha's nomination seconded. Now I ask, is there anybody from the floor who would like to stand from president? I ask again a second time, is there anybody who would like to stand from the floor floor for the position of president? Right. There are no other members standing from the floor. Therefore, I would like to now pass a motion to close this nomination. Can I have a member please second this resolution?
I second it.
Thank you, DTM Sarfaraz. The nominations are now closed. Toastmaster DTM Talha, can we have your speech, please?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Karachi Toastmasters Club, for either your complete confidence or complete unwillingness to fill this role. Either way, that has resulted me in being elected as president for the third time. What's different this time, though, is that while each time my predecessors were and are absolute gems in terms of their skills and being Toastmasters, this time I have perhaps the world's biggest shoes to fill. And that's what will motivate me to do things differently and to continuously seek innovation. I make no promises except to try my best and to be with all of you towards taking this club to even greater heights. I'm so thrilled and honored that we have seen ups and downs in terms of numbers, in terms of attendance, but our sterling reputation is still there, and we will all work together to further strengthen it. Over to you, Madam CLC Chair.
Thank you. Please congratulate DTM Talha, President-elect for Karachi Toastmasters, XCOM for 2024-2025. Right, we move on to the next position. And as I had announced, we were unable to come up with a candidate that we could nominate. So people are welcome from the floor to stand for the position of Vice President Education. This is by far, other than the president, the most important role in the club. The person who does the most work, the one who needs to motivate the members to meet their personal goals and therefore help the club meet its goals as a organization. And they have to be technically sound, know how to navigate pathways, help members navigate it, and also ensure that all projects that are completed are approved on time and people start going up their levels in terms of the actual growth in pathways. So I would now like to request members from the floor who would like to stand from the floor for the position of VP Education. So we have Toastmaster Shehzad Iqbal. Toastmaster Shehzad Iqbal, can I have somebody please second his nomination?
I will second his nomination. His candidacy, not nomination.
His candidacy. Thank you. So DTM Talha bin Hamid has seconded Toastmaster Shehzad Iqbal's candidature, if that's the right word. Is there anybody else who'd like to stand from the floor for the VPE position?
Madam CLC, here Toastmaster Latif.
Yes.
Who else we have for nomination?
Nobody. Nobody was nominated for the position.
Okay. Can I please?
Sure.
May I? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali would like to stand from the floor for the VPE position. May I request a member to second his candidature? Is there any member who can second that? Okay.
I second it.
Okay, so I've had Vase raise his hand and Toastmaster Anam has also seconded his nomination. So now we have two nominees. Is there anyone else who would like to stand from the floor for the position of VPE?
I would like to second CM Mansoor Ali.
Thank you. So we have 3 people. It's like we have almost 3 votes. Thank you so much. We just needed the 1 seconding. It's okay. Is anybody else, would anybody else like to stand from the floor? I'm asking once. And I'm asking a final time. Would anybody else like to stand from the floor? Okay, with that, I'd like to pass the motion to close the nominations for Vice President Education. Can I have another member please second this motion? Anybody?
All right, I second this motion.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anam. Okay, so nominations are now closed. I would like to now invite the 2 candidates from the floor in the order of their last names to each give a 2-minute speech as to why they are good food and they would benefit from this note. And the first one would be Toastmaster Shahzad Iqbal. Toastmaster Shahzad Iqbal, the floor is yours. Sorry, Shahzad Iqbal. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing your name.
It's okay, no problem. Good evening, everyone. Okay, can I start my speech? So thank you, Toastmaster Hina, for giving me the opportunity, and thank you, everyone. I'm so grateful to be the part of this distinguished community. And I'm also very honored to be, I will be very honored to be the part of the Executive Committee 2024 of Karachi Toastmasters Club, a leading club with the decades of legacy and excellence. And we all know that Karachi Toastmasters Club has been produced exceptional leaders and public champions, not just in Pakistan, but around the world. I am myself Toastmaster Shahzad Iqbal, and it's been just 2 years that I am, when I started my journey with the Toastmaster International. But in those little period, I have gone through some multiple experiences, the experience of a zero to a hero, the experience of a stage fair to winning multiple awards at the club and at the area level. And the amazing experience of my life was from a mentee to a mentor. Today, I'm here to serve as a VPE, and I will be focused on the 2 things, the meeting quality and to engage the members. And for that, I have a very clear plan. We will arrange educational sessions, debates, keynote speakers. We will work on the mentorship program. We will work on the evaluations. And for all of the both things, we will have a 2-month emergency check on to regularly and continuously assess the meetings, and we will discuss the matters with our senior Toastmaster. I am committed to serve, to listen, and to rise with integrity, respect, services, and excellence. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shahzad, for your speech.
Shahzad
At 0 seconds, there should be a muting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Right. I'd like to invite our second candidate today, that is Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. Over to you, Toastmaster Latif.
Thank you, Madam CLC. Hello, my friends, fellows, colleagues, Toastmasters. My name is Latif. I would like to stand for this bigger position of VPE if Karachi Toastmasters Club. And my always, when I joined, and one thing which I always remember, it is the motto. And that was members first. And I will truly obey this. I'm obliged to keep this motto alive, that members will be always the priority. The members' growth will be the first subject or point of agenda at every meeting. I have an experience of almost 4 years consecutively working for Bhavan's Toastmasters Club. This year, I just did not opt for it because I wanted new leaders. Why I did not nominated myself first for the Karachi Toastmasters Club, it was the only reason that I wanted the same legacy to go on, like we had in past DTM Talal bin Hamid or Toastmaster Imran or many more. Since or hence they did not show up this time, or the president is always there as for the confidence of new VPE. To my role, my position, and I'll make sure that I'll give my best for the club 2024-2025. I have a very large and huge experience of pathway learnings. I have conducted every new member a separate one-to-one training for making pathway their own tool to learn and grow. Over to you, CLC, Madam CLC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, for your speech. Now, both our candidates have spoken. Can I request the tech host to kindly raise the poll for the members to decide? Keep a time of 1 minute. Toastmaster Saad. In case you have voted, I'd request members to just give a thumbs up as well, so that if we still have time, but everybody has voted, we will end the poll. Time's up. Saad, can you please share the results?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So we have a clear winner, Toastmaster Shahzeb Iqbal. Congratulations on your election as the VPE for Karachi Toastmasters Club for 2024-25. Okay, and thank you, Toastmaster Rachid Latif. Even if it was at the last minute, we appreciate that you stood from the floor. Right, on to the third position in our executive committee, and that is of the VP membership. That officer, I would say, if not working as hard, should be working as hard as the VP education to make sure that we are converting our guests and leads into members and also retaining our existing members. That is a tall order. So for that position, we had Toastmaster Saad Amin, who the CLC had nominated. Can I request any member to please second that nomination? Can anybody please second the nomination? Turn your mic on and just say, I second the nomination, followed by, say your name and then Toastmasters? Okay, Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid, you are seconding his nomination?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I request members from the floor now, if anybody would like to stand for the position of VP membership. Would anybody like to stand from the floor for VP membership? Twice? Okay. So no one else is standing from the floor. I now would like to pass a motion to close the nominations for the position of VP membership. Can I have another member please second that motion? Toastmaster Hibba, can I request you to second that motion?
Okay, I second it. I second the motion.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hibba. So with that, we've closed the nominations. I invite, can I ask, may I request Toastmaster Saad Amin to please give his speech for the nomination for the position of VP membership?
He's actually occupied at work, so he has sent a video as a speech. So
That's
I'm
fine. Please, kindly play
playing that.
the video
Yeah.
and ensure about the time as well. Thank you.
Yeah.
Be contesting the elections for the position of VP membership of the prestigious Karachi Toastmasters Club. Now, as you would agree, that the members are the soul of each and every Toastmasters Club. And this holds especially true for KTC. Now, this is the reason that I believe that this position of VP membership is very critical when it comes to the success and growth of any Toastmasters Club. But before you place this very important trust in me as your VP membership, let me just share a couple of thoughts why I decided to enter these elections. The reason number one, which is more of a personal one, is that I've always wanted to have a strong connection with the club and its members. And one of the ways is to take up the role of VP membership, which involves more interaction with the members as well as potential members. Now, reason number two, which is more important, is the interaction with the guest and attracting new members. Now, this involves explaining the potential members that the amount that they will spend in becoming a member of Toastmasters is actually not a cost, but an investment. Fellow Toastmasters, in summary, for me, success as VP membership is number one, to increase the membership base, and number two, make the journey of our incoming members easy and quick. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saad. And with that, may I request any other member to please cast a vote in favor of our nominee being elected to the position of VP membership? Any member? It's okay. Even if you've done it before, you can do it again. It's not a problem.
Okay, I will.
Thank you, DTM Talha, because this silence is prolonging our time, right? Congratulations to Toastmaster Saad Amin on being elected VP membership for Karachi Toastmasters Club for 2024-25. Moving on to our fourth position, and that is of the Vice President Public Relations. This position is a very key role of the person who promotes the club internally and also externally. It is a great opportunity to hone one's marketing skills and skills of, for example, making videos, making posters, different things that one can learn. It's also a challenging position. And for that, we had a very experienced Toastmaster who is a distinguished Toastmaster and also has been a president of at least 2 clubs to my knowledge. And he is our past division director. DTM Muhammad Rashid Dastagir. Can I please ask one of the members to second his candidature?
I second it.
Thank you, Toastmaster DTM Sarfaraz. And now I ask members from the floor, would anybody like to stand from the floor for the position of VPPR? Fiza, are you, we can't hear you, dear. Toastmaster Fiza, are you?
I would like to stand from the floor for VPPR.
Okay, thank you very much. Can I have somebody second this nomination? Can I have one of the members kindly second this nomination, this candidature?
I second the
Thank you.
nomination.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hiba, and thank you, Vase, for raising your hand. So that's 2. I ask again, finally, is there anybody who would like to stand from the floor for the position of VPPR? Once, and finally a second time. Anyone else would like to stand from the floor? Okay, with that, I now would like to pass a motion or raise a motion to close the candidature, the nominations for the VPPR position. Can I have a...
Toastmaster Hina, can I say something?
Yes, sir.
If Toastmaster Fiza wants to take the position of BPPR, so then I like to welcome her. And I believe we should promote youngster, and I believe she will use her best skill for the betterment of the club. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Rashid. Okay, with that, we have only the one. And again, I ask that I would like to close this nominations for VPPR. Can I have a member please second that?
I will. Serial seconder will second that.
Thank you, DTM Talha. And again, I'd just like to let the members know, any member, you don't have to be senior, it doesn't matter. You can raise your hand, turn on your mic, and second a motion that's on the floor. Okay? Vase, that goes for you as well. Raising your hand won't work. You have to speak up. Okay. All right. So with that, I'd like to now invite Toastmaster Fiza Aziz to please come to the floor and speak for 2 minutes on why she believes she's the right person for this role. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Fellow Toastmasters and Madam CLC, my name is Fiza Aziz. Why I wanted to be a VPPR? I want to be a VPPR because when I first joined Toastmasters, I had no knowledge beside me. And because of that, I lacked the knowledge, and the knowledge I got was very limited. What I can do as VPPR is to enhance the knowledge of Karachi Toastmaster through media, through social media, through different channels, so that I could make it as a club that people want to join the club and enhance their skills. I have seen Karachi Toastmasters in its glory days, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I want to bring back those days back so that I myself could enjoy it. We are all here, we all pay, we all give our hard work and money, and I want that money to come back and actually reward ourselves with that promotions and publicity of the club. this is what I'm going for, to give a proper image that this club needs and to bring its reputation back. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fiza Aziz. Can I request one of the members to please confirm the election of Toastmaster Fiza Aziz in this position?
I will request Toastmaster Lateef Mansoor Ali to do this.
I'm not sure. Maybe he's driving now. Toastmaster Lateef, are you able to second Fiza's?
Let Toastmaster Anand do it.
Yes. I Toastmaster Lateef, second.
Thank you very much. Or rather, second, you put in the nominating vote. So congratulations, Toastmaster Fiza Aziz. You are the VPPR elect for Karachi Toastmasters Club for 2024-2025. Right. On to our fifth position. Again, an interesting and challenging position, but one that helps members grow nevertheless, and that is of the club secretary. That person who records all the important events that are happening in the meeting. And it's a record for the formal record for the club, as well as information for members on a meeting to meeting basis, so that they know what was going on in the club in case they haven't attended. And for that, we had nominated Toastmaster Arfa Tabassum for the role of secretary. And can I have a member please second this nomination?
I second it.
Thank you, DTM Sarfaraz. Now I open the floor for any candidates who would like to try for this floor for the role of secretary from the floor. Would any member like to try for the position of secretary from the floor? Toastmaster Rafat?
Yes.
Would you like to try for the position of secretary from the floor?
Yes, because the job needs
okay. That's okay. Just for a moment. You'll get your chance to speak. Can I please have somebody second Toastmaster Rafat's candidature here?
I will second Toastmaster Rafat's candidature.
Thank you very much, DTM Talha. Okay. And again, would anybody like to stand from the floor? Final time. And secondly, again. All right. With that, I would like to raise a motion to close the nominations for the position of secretary. Can I have another member, please, second this motion? Thank you very much, Toastmaster Anam. Okay. I'd like to now invite our two candidates for the position of secretary in the order of the last name that I can see. So, first of all, Toastmaster Rafat Mubin, you have the floor for 2 minutes. Please go ahead.
Being a student of law, I think that this job is very much is of nature that rules and regulation of the club and you is to be applied as according to the norms and SOPs of Toastmaster International, and to follow the bylaws and to conduct the meeting or to follow the procedure as prescribed by Toastmaster International. And I think that being a student of law and I know that where that law is a living nature and it has its own way, and we have to enjoy that how the procedure is to be followed and how we implement the procedure accordingly. Over to Madam CLC.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rafat, for your speech. And now I'd like to invite our second candidate, Toastmaster Arfat Tabassum. Toastmaster Arfat Tabassum, are you there?
He is there. Yes.
Let me confirm that I am audible or visible.
Yes, you are both audible and visible. The floor is yours, Toastmaster Arfat.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, fellow Toastmasters and guests. For those who don't know me, I am Toastmaster Arfa. I am thrilled to be running for club secretary. In this role, I bring essential skills such as organization, attention to detail, communication, time management, and teamwork. These skills will enable me to maintain accurate record keeping, clear communication with members, timely task management, and effective collaboration with teams. I recognize that stepping into this position will be learning experience for me, and I enthusiastically embrace this opportunity for personal and professional growth. Moreover, I see this role as a chance to not only develop my leadership skills, but also to contribute meaningfully to our club's continued success. In closing, I am honored to be considered for this position. I am passionate about our club and its mission, and I am committed to serving you with diligence and enthusiasm as secretary. Thank you for your attention. I look forward to the opportunity to work alongside each of you in the days ahead. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arfat Tabassum, for your speech. And now I would like to ask our tech host to please launch the poll and put 1 minute on the clock. If you see that the votes are in, do let us know. Thank you.
Give me just 1 minute. Okay, the polls are launched.
मैंने अपना नाम क्लब सेक्रेटरी में डलवाया।
we have 10 seconds left. So 2 people have yet to vote, and those
So I think
2 votes
I
can
shouldn't
make a difference.
difference.
Yeah. So if 2
So
people
as tech host,
can
I believe. Okay, yeah, right. You're not a member. I forget.
No,
I'd
not
just
a
like to reconfirm as a election officer, I cannot be casting a vote.
I think you can. You can't. As a
I shouldn't.
as a paid member, you shouldn't. Yeah.
As a club, yeah. As the election officer, I shouldn't.
Okay. So I guess we can end the polls. And here are the results.
Okay. So congratulations, Toastmaster Arfa Tabassum, on becoming the secretary-elect for Karachi Toastmasters for 2024-2025. And I thank Toastmaster Rafat Mubin for also standing from the floor to offer her help and services to the club. I would also say this is a great opportunity to work with the secretary going forward, so that in future as well, you can take up the role also. Thank you very much. Right, for the penultimate role, and that is of the club's treasurer. Again, if I'm not mistaken, we didn't actually have a candidate for that role. So I take this opportunity now to explain. The club's treasurer in our context here is the person who will be taking care of the funds that the club receives from memberships. Currently, if I'm not mistaken, I think we are mostly paying our funds to Toastmasters International. But for any expenditure also that happens for the club, the treasurer is basically, if you will, our accountant, the CA. You don't have to be a CA, but that person within our club. So can I request any members from the floor to stand for this position of treasurer? I'm forgetting.
I want to stand for the position.
Right. So Toastmaster Hiba has come forward to stand for the position of treasurer. Can I request someone to second? Abdul Wase, are you speaking up?
He's not audible.
Okay, all right. I can make out from your lip syncing. So Toastmaster Wase Ahmed has seconded the nomination of. Yes.
I would like to, with your permission, I would like to raise the question whether the CLC chair can stand for a position.
Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, she was the CLC chair, but we have announced our nominations already. So as an officer, I'm conducting the election. So I just want to reconfirm, because the nominations have already closed and she didn't step forward at that time. I believe this should be okay, but DTM Sarfaraz Nazir is with us. He's possibly one of the most senior Toastmasters that we have here. Sir, can you
Let me
confirm?
check. Just a second.
Sure. Mm. So for everybody's information, while DTM Sarfraz is just reconfirming through, I think, the club bylaws, we are going through what's called a pregnant pause.
CSE, yeah, the chair cannot run, but I get, it appears that you have taken over as the chair.
Yes, sir.
So in that case, it's okay for her to run.
Sure.
Usually the CLC chair cannot run for, cannot be a candidate for at least 1 year.
Okay. Right. Okay. Since I have taken over this position as of the start of this meeting, and if you're okay with this, I would again just request for someone to confirm that this is okay. I believe this is all right, because as you said, I'm doing this position right now. So DTM Sarfaraz, Toastmaster Vase had seconded her nomination, so we can accept that. Yes.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so we have a nominee, or rather a candidate from the floor, Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan for treasurer. I ask again, would anybody else like to stand for this position? I'm asking once. I'm asking. Okay. Toastmaster Anam Qadri would like to stand for this position. Can I ask another member to please second her nomination, her candidature?
I, Toastmaster Latif, second the nomination for DTM Anam Qadri.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif. So with that, of one final time, would anybody else like to stand from the floor? Once? Going twice? Anybody else stand from the floor? No. Okay, thank you. With that, I'd like to close the nominations for the position of treasurer of the club. Can I have another member, please, second this motion very quickly, because we've been at this for a while.
I would like to second this.
Thank you to DTM Talha. All right. Tech host, over to you. Kindly launch the poll.
I think we need 2-minute speeches.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm so
from them.
sorry.
That's
Thank
correct.
you very much. That's what I said. I knew someone
That's
I'd
right.
forget. Yes, I'm just okay. So with my sincere apologies, I now invite our two candidates to speak in the order of the last name alphabetically. I'd invite Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan first. The floor is yours. Yours, Toastmaster Hiba.
Fellow Toastmasters, I'm contesting and proposing myself as the treasurer of the future ExCom, as I've always been interested in managing finances. I've always enjoyed collecting money and planning expenses. I enjoy work related to numbers, especially number crunching. I have a good eye for budget management, and these skills will be useful for the club if I'm elected as the treasurer. I've experience of performing other roles in the ExCom as well, and if elected, will perform their duty well. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hiba. Concise. Okay, and now I'd like to invite our second nominee from the floor, Toastmaster Anam Qadri. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster DTM Hina. I'm Anam Khatri and I'm contesting for the post of Treasurer as the future ExCom of KTC. And yes, being a housewife and the elected president of KTC, as a wife as well, you know, I can manage my home expenses, I can manage the bills, and this is what KTC would be looking forward to if I was the treasurer at KTC. And you know, since it would feel very homely, I would have the same person running at home and at KTC. It was easier for me to manage this. So I hope to be responsible enough and let KTC be very truthful towards KTC expenses. And I would make sure that not a penny goes anywhere else except for the members themselves. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anam, for that very candid speech indeed. And now I would like to request our tech host to kindly launch the poll.
Okay, the polls are launched.
So, do raise your thumb once you've voted.
Tens
10 seconds.
second remaining. And 4 people have yet to vote.
4 people, that would include me.
Yes. No.
Other than me.
Barring you.
Barring me. So we're 15 people here. So out of 13, you're saying 4 are yet to vote. Can I request everybody?
Team Saad, can you load the poll again? Once more. Am I allowed to vote for myself?
Yes, of course you are.
Because I didn't.
You're allowed to vote for yourself.
If I launch the poll, the votes will be lost.
Okay.
So,
No. Just one moment. You have a count already, Saad, of how many votes come in, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So how many, how many out of how many have voted? So just add one. Hiba, of course, you'd like to vote for yourself? It's supposed to be a, but yeah.
I'll do that, but we have a majority, and here are the outcomes.
All right. Okay, fine. So that's a pretty clear majority. So with that, I'd like to congratulate Toastmaster Anam Qadri on becoming the treasurer-elect for Karachi Toastmasters Club for 2024-25. And thank you, Toastmaster Hiba Khan, for standing from the floor. We appreciate every member who wants to support this club. Thank you so much. And you're always welcome to support Anam.
Yes.
So, great, wonderful. And now for the final, the last but not the least by a long shot, the position of Sergeant at Arms. This position is the role that is behind the scenes before any in-person meeting, and also for online meetings, the person who is the best possible person to be the tech host, so you hone those skills, the person who gets to speak first at every single meeting and open and set the tone of the meeting. Excellent way of boosting one's own confidence and supporting the club. Right. And for that, the CLC had nominated Toastmaster Abdurrahman. Can I have another member please second this nomination?
I second it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anam Qadri. And now I ask from the floor if anybody would like to stand for the position of Sergeant at Arms. I ask again, a second time, would anybody like to stand from the floor for the position of Sergeant at Arms? With that, I would like to now raise a motion to close the nominations for the position of Sergeant at Arms. Can I have a member please second this motion?
I second the motion.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wasit Ahmed. Finally, we can hear you. That's wonderful. Right. I now invite Toastmaster Abdurrahman to please give his speech.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Well, I thought I will be appointed as nobody will stand up from the floor, but there is a tie. People are also interested in this role. Well, I am very much impressed from DTM Tala, since he has been very instrumental in organizing meetings and inviting people and calling and chasing them, and making his best efforts to ensure the good amount of people in meetings. So I will try my best to ensure the good amount of people like we used to have in Beach Luxury Hotel. So my suggestion would be all the meetings are to be conducted online, and once in a month we can have this meeting in physical in any hotel, maybe Awadi or somewhere. And before conducting this one physical meeting in a month, everybody should confirm before the meeting conducted, so that the contribution can equally be divided, and physical meeting can also be conducted. So it's very useful to conduct one meeting physical and three meetings online. So thank you, and over to you, Madam CLC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdurrahman. And as we do not have any other candidates from the floor, I would like to ask one of the members to cast a nominal vote in favor of Toastmaster Abdurrahman. DTM Talha, can I request you?
All right. I would be happy to cast my vote for Toastmaster Abdurrahman.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Toastmaster Abdurrahman, on being elected the Sergeant at Arms of Karachi Toastmasters Club for 2024-25. With that, we come to the end of the selection process today. I thank all of the members here today for their patience and for being kind enough to help me out where I stumbled. Thank you, Toastmaster Saad, and thank you to all the members who helped second nominations. I humbly appreciate all of your help. And with that, I'd like to hand the stage over now to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster DTM Aliasha Anjum. Over to you.
Thank you so much, CLC C Toastmaster Hinadi, and the congratulations to all the team members who are going to lead this prestigious club, Karachi Toastmaster Club, and the next year. So congratulations to all, and I am with you all. So don't leave. You all are going to make it. That we are going to reach the skies. So point it's more like a beginning, because today we have a beginning of this new of this new, you can say here. So for this, I will be conducting. It is not only a Toastmaster of the evening. I am also your table topic master. So you all have to bear me for that also. So don't worry about that. So let's start with the table topic thing. And for that, I will be needing the timer. So Toastmaster Shad, I guess you are the timer. Sashur, the DTM, as young as me. DTM's up? Okay. Am I audible? Yeah.
You're audible.
Okay. DTM Saad, can you please suggest me as the timer to proceed with the table topics? Okay. Okay. Do we have a timer? Anyone else? Toastmaster Rasi, can you please do this job if you can?
Toastmaster Vase, can you hear DTM Aliasha? No?
Wait. Right.
Toastmaster Vase, can you hear him? One minute.
Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I can. I
Toastmaster
can
Vase?
hear Toastmaster Hina, but not Toastmaster Eliasha. Can you repeat?
Okay. Can you be the timer for the table topics? If you can manage. Okay. So we have a timer, Toastmaster Vase. Okay. So let me start our table topic session with the immediate past president of Karachi Toastmasters Club, DTM Sarfaraz Nazir. And so DTM Sarfaraz, your topic is so every day, day is a new beginning. Every day is the new beginning. DTM Sarfaraz, over to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Aliasha Anjum and Mr. Table Topic Speaker. Before I answer that question, I would like to say that I am not the immediate past president. The immediate past president is Toastmaster Ibar Rais Khan. I am the club president until midnight Mountain Time, June 30th, 2024. And until then, every day is a new beginning because I'm still the club president responsible for what happens within the club. Every day is a new beginning. That's right. We are blessed, and we're thankful to God that we wake up every morning, and like a magic eraser, we may not be able to erase our past, but we can forget our past for a moment and think that each day is a new beginning in the sense that we can do something useful. It could be helping someone cross the street. It could be chipping in a few pennies or pesos for someone who is buying something at a store and they're short of money. It could be just simply saying hello to someone. So new beginning, people wake up and say, oh, not Monday again. No, every day is a blessing to be alive, because many people physically, they are alive, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, they're dead. They're walking zombies. And that reminds you the television show Walking Dead, where they just walk. They're going through the motions. Even at places of employment, they do some work, very minimum work, and that's what's quite quitting, because there is no new beginning for them. Just go through the same routine. And there are people that are going through emotional distress. They're going through depression because they said my life is same. Every morning I get up, brush my teeth, put on some clothes and go to work, go through the same rut and come home, watch some TV, have dinner and go to sleep. So every new day is a new beginning and we should make use of it. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
You're muted, Ali.
Sorry. So much DTM Sir Nazir. Now let's move towards our next speaker. And whom should I call? I saw DTM Ghulam Kadir, but he's not right here. So let me call. Should I call? Toastmaster Rashid Dastagir. Toastmaster DTM Rashid Dastagir, can we have you? Okay. Okay. So let's move.
I think DTM Ali has frozen.
In the meantime, can I request a Toastmaster listener to please rename yourself so we know who you are?
Toastmaster listener has disappeared. They would rather cloak their identity than disclose.
Okay. So it appears, I guess, that DTM Alia Sharanjum has dropped out.
Yeah.
While we are waiting for him to rejoin, I would pose a question to our president-elect. If you were made president for one day of Toastmasters International, What would you do if you were made president of Toastmasters International for one day? What would you do, and why?
Thank you so much, DTM Sarfraz. Oh, the biggest challenge is I would be just president for one day. So that would be a challenge because I have a whole list of things. But first, I would start with reducing the membership fee and enabling monthly fee payments. And secondly, and perhaps controversially, bringing back the old curriculum while making it into the form of pathways. So that's something that I would do. I would also enact or at least set in motion laws where district leaderships, no matter where they are actually held answerable for district's performance. Because right now, what happens, and again, I'm talking about it in a global perspective, since I'm part of other districts as well. No matter what the performance, no matter what anyone does or doesn't do, no matter what position one has, we have this pervasive culture of not asking district or club officers that why are you not doing what you were supposed to be doing? And this trickle downs from the very top. I have myself seen a succession of region advisors who have grown steadily less and less in terms of effectiveness. When we had DTM Ali Shehbaz Ali as region advisor, we were in touch with him on an almost weekly basis. And now these days, I'm not saying that anybody is not doing their best. I'm far from it. But the frequency and the incisiveness with which I am questioned as to my performance as a public relations manager leaves much to be desired. So that is something also that I would like to initiate. And lastly, extend my tenure of presidency to at least 5 years. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Talha bin Hamid. And Toastmaster Rakib Mansouri had posted free membership. No, I think reducing the fee is a better option. You can't have free membership because then we'll have members who really don't care. That's just like corporations where they pay a full membership and people just join because corporations paying, but they're not active at all. So, next question goes to, are we waiting at Toastmaster Wase Ahmed. I guess he's the timer.
I will time.
Okay.
I think DTM Ali is back, sir.
Oh, he's back? Okay.
Yeah.
DTM Ali, back to you.
Yes, I'm back, but I guess you all should continue because I find it a bit interesting.
I'll just have one
more
question, and then I
interesting
guess
than
after
the
Wase
topic,
Ahmed
so
answers,
if
you can
want,
take over.
you can continue. I would
Okay.
love to listen to that.
Toastmaster Wase Ahmed, if money was not an issue, would you want to be a full-time student and a part-time worker, or a part-time student and a full-time worker? If money was not an issue, would you want to be a full-time student and a part-time worker, or a full-time worker and a part-time student? Toastmaster Wase Ahmed.
Thank you, DTM Sarfraz. I hope I am audible to everyone. Okay, so as the question goes, that would I like to be a full-time worker and a part-time student, or a part-time student or a full-time worker? The first question that arises in my mind is, then why am I a student, right? Am I a student that supports my work? If that's the case, then my studies continues for my whole life. And if it's just a work, and if I'm working for something that I'm really not interested in, but I'm still working, I don't know why. Maybe not just money, but maybe what I could say, for a societal effect, because I can meet new people, for I can meet people from different background, or people who have exposure to something that might benefit me if I'm working for that. And then I'm studying for something which interests me personally. Then that would be to work part-time and work and study as the whole time, because that time I'm studying something which interests myself. So to me, if I reflect on myself personally, is I'm more someone who is in academia, who loves to read books, to talk about ideas, who love to talk with people, who discuss intellectual ideas, who come up with different ideas that can actually confront my ideas. So I would be more into studies because I love to be around books and around people who love to different ideas. So that's from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll now turn the control of the meeting to our table topics master and our team out for the meeting, distinguished Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum.
Yes. Okay, should I continue with the table topics?
Yeah, yes, go ahead. Yes, please.
Okay. Toastmaster system. Okay. Let me ask Toastmaster Rafat Mubin. Toastmaster Rafat Mubin, if you're there. Okay. Toastmaster Rafat Mubin, your topic is where to begin with.
Please repeat it.
Where to begin with.
Where to begin it?
Where, yeah.
Where to begin it?
Yeah. Yes.
Where to begin it?
Over to you.
Where to begin it? It's a very nice topic, that where to begin it, because it is the most crucial thing, that where to begin it. Because if we are not begin the thing properly, we will not come to conclusion. So it is very essential for all of us that we may begin things in its full, we give full attention when we begin any project or any assignment, and we must know that how to begin it, because the beginning depend success. If we begin in a proper way, ultimately we will succeed. But if we lose the chance, then ultimately we will face the consequences of it. So in my point of view, it is very essential to begin thing with a right direction, with an appropriate time, and completely focus it, and follow the norms and regulations of how to begin it and how to execute it till end. Over to DTM Ali.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Green, for your wonderful insight. Now let's move towards our last table topic speaker, and I would like to invite Toastmaster Fiza Aziz, if she's here.
Yes, TM Ali, I'm here. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. And your topic for today's speech is the every say and it's the new beginning. Every
Ali,
end
can you
is the new
repeat it?
beginning.
The end is new beginning. Ali, I'm sorry, I can't hear
End
you. You're
is
distorting.
the new beginning. The end, new beginning.
The end is new beginning. Is that my topic? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening. Ali, TM Ali, you have given me a very interesting topic of the end is new beginning. I would like to present a story of 2019. I know I've spoken about this a lot, but my end was when my father was taken away from me. And I thought this was the end for me. And everything just evaporated. I thought there was no life, there was nothing in between, and I just thought this was ending. But one of my friends, he said that this is not the end, this is something beginning, and that beginning was another Fiza within me. That Fiza was a responsible Fiza. That Fiza grew up and took care of her family, took care of her mother, took care of her sister and brother. Of course, that was the end of the young, childish Fiza, but it was a beginning of new adult Fiza, searching out for jobs, searching out for to provide for her family, for providing for her responsibilities, and that was a beautiful beginning. I often had a fight between these two Fizas, but the adult Fiza was more dominant. And as she grew and grew and grew, and here I am in front of you. So, yes, it was the end for me, but it was the beginning of a new life also. So every end is a new beginning, and every end does not has to be beautiful, but the beginning is into our hands, and it is in our hands how to make it wonderful. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Fiza Aziz. Okay, now that's all from my table topic session, and it's been a wonderful meeting, wonderful table topic session with the election of our future leaders of this prestigious club and the wonderful insight from the table topics. Although I was a bit disconnected with the during the meeting, as I was disconnected with this club for last 2 years. So it's a part of life. So it's fine. And I should sign off for today. Will best and the over to the president, DTM Sarfraz Nazir.
Thank you, Mr. Tabletop Master, Ali, distinguished Toastmaster Ali Ashuranjum. Thank you for joining us. What was great about today's meeting, first of all, we had 15 paid members attend the meeting. There are currently 22 Toastmasters International showing 21, because the last application has not, it has been processed. It shows up in the membership list, but not in the Distinguished Club program. It still shows 21, but out of 22 members, we had 15. So that's great. The total attendance was 17, which includes 2 honorary members. I want to thank our CLC chair, Toastmaster Henali, and Toastmaster Ibar Rais Khan for the effort that they put in getting the nominations and also for conducting the election. Another great thing about our club, which Toastmaster, our distinguished Toastmaster Talal bin Hamid has already mentioned in the KTC group, that we had several contested. For a while, it appeared that we may not even have a full slate of candidates, and we ended up having several contested races, and that's good. That tells us, that hey, we have people and members who are willing to serve their fellow members. Those who were nominated or those who ran from the floor and were not elected, I would humbly request that they become an assistant for that position. And that way, then they'll be ready to take over that position the following year. And there's always, times when the person holding the position has something going on in their life that they're not able to be active. And that way, as assistant, then they can take over as acting club treasurer, acting VPPR, or acting secretary. In other words, we don't want these people who are not elected to disappear or get discouraged or disheartened. This is not like a political, candidacy. This is a voluntary organization, and it was so great that you were willing to offer yourself and your time for the sake of the club and members. Now, the club membership may have gone down a little bit from previous years, but the club is still very active and successful. We still have a few days left in the Distinguished Club program, but as of now, what the results that are showing in the Distinguished Club program, it shows that we have 21 members. The minimum requirement is to be a charter strength. And if you start the new year on July 1st with less than 20 members, then the goal is to have at least three net gain of 3 members. In our case, we've always had charter strength. So we are at 22 right now. We achieved all 10 goals. You need 9 to become a president district club. And in our case, all 10 goals were achieved, along with 29 education levels. That may not sound like a high number, but if you look at the Distinguished Club program, it's a public information. Anyone, if you go to dashboard.toastmaster.org, and you can just select on the top left-hand side the district that you want to look at, and then click on club performance and go down the list. There are several hundreds and hundreds of clubs that have zero education level completion, which means that they were not benefiting the members. In many cases, 1 or 2 speakers on the agenda and they drop out. I attended a meeting a couple of weeks ago of a club. And when the meeting started, they said, we had 2 speakers that both have dropped out today. So then one gave a hip pocket speech, said, okay, I'll give a speech. And she didn't know about the time. She said, well, 5 to 7, no, make it 6 to 8, then no, 8 to 10. She ended up giving about a 14, 15, 16 minutes speech because it was she was winging it. The title of the speech was Winging It, and she was talking about flying a small airplane. So good title, but it was a winging kind of speech. And you cannot do that on a regular basis. That's not what the club is supposed to. You want people to prepare their speeches according to the education program. And for the time being, we're stuck with pathways until Toastmaster Talal bin Hamid becomes Toastmasters International President. Then he can go back to the old program and call it pathways. But there were some advantages, that's right, that I agree with him. Having that, we've lost that. And many people have not recovered ever since we went to the new program, Pathways, in 2017 and officially launched it in 2019. people join Toastmasters, they enroll in pathways, and many drop out without ever completing a full pathway. And back then it was an honor to go through the basic manual and do your 10 speeches. And then you got a ribbon that says CTM or Competent Toastmaster. And Toastmasters also had a ribbon for each speech. You got a ribbon for icebreaker speech, second vocal variety, etc. One ribbon for each of the 10 speeches. Toastmaster clubs could buy those ribbons from Toastmasters International and give, especially in-person meeting. And people wanted those ribbons. They meant more than the best speaker, best table topics speaker, or best evaluator. They say, hey, I've completed something, and then especially when you're received. Some of the things that our future executive committee can look into is we start inducting our new members. Take a few minutes when we have a new member saying, hey, so-and-so has put in an application to be a member, and everybody vote yeah and nay, and then induct that new member and have them repeat, I promise that I'll attend the meetings, whether in person or at least online. And now, before we close the meeting or ask others for their comments, I have been associated now officially with the Karachi Toastmasters Club for the past 33 months, 2 years, 9 months. September 29th was the first online meeting that I attended. And I was asked to participate in table topics. And then in October, I gave my first prepared speech at KTC. Now, when I joined post meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club, I had not completed a single pathway. I had given my first speech, icebreaker speech for the first pathway presentation mastery on June 7th at another club in a different district. So by the time I was attending meetings of Karachi Toastmasters in October 2021, I was working on level 1, level 2, and level 3 of presentation mastery, and I had not completed any of those levels at that point. And I gave my first speech, which was icebreaker at KTC for my second pathway, even though I was still working on my first pathway, engaging humor. The title was Leap of Faith, and it was evaluated by Toastmaster Rusa Kamal. She was the evaluator for my speech. And that started my speech journey. Since then, I have completed all 11 pathways and repeated some of the pathways, thanks to Karachi Toastmasters Club. Even though many clubs struggle to get prepared speakers, their meetings, but if you are not a member and you say, I want to give a speech, that's all our members have to give. As long as the member's name is on the agenda, they said, and then at the last moment, they drop out that. So instead of saying, okay, hey, we'll put you on the agenda and or making sure with the members that they're going to give us a speech or not. At the time I attended my first meeting, many of you were impressed that, hey, I have 3 DTMs. And so each time I did a training, for example, on the International Speech Contest or Tall Tales Contest, the flyer said, trainer, DTM Sarfraz Nazir said 3-time DTM. So during these past 33 months, I've got 3 more DTMs. Special thanks to KTC once again for giving me the opportunity to give speeches on a regular basis that allowed me to not only complete all the pathways, but now I have got so many pathways that I can continue filing for DTM because it takes 2 pathways for each DTM. Although I think after 7, I've set a goal for 7 and maybe put a barrier after 7, not cross that barrier. But most important, more than giving speeches, earning TTMs, and getting best speaker, best tabletop speaker, best evaluator conducted training, is the people that I've met and gotten to know. And I'm not going to go into details because I'll give a speech on as a prepared speech to talk about something that DTM Talha bin Hamid, Toastmaster Irfan, Farooqi, Toastmaster Imran Ran, Fahim Razak, Latif Mansoor Ali, Kareem Meghani, DTM Saad Shoaib. We have spent quite some time together, and sometimes I'll give a speech of what it takes to get a glass or a cup of sugarcane juice in Karachi. We had to go to 3 different places, 3 different Shell gas stations or petrol pumps to find the sugarcane in Karachi. Toastmaster Wasi Ahmed, and I met in person Toastmaster Rafat Mubin, one of our lawyers in Karachi, and I've gotten to know a little bit about Toastmaster Abdul Rahman through his speeches. Toastmaster Anum Qadri. It was so exhilarating to see her name flash on the screen at the Toastmasters annual convention, not once, but twice. And last time we actually had an online meeting of KTC where we all could see her name flash on the screen at the annual convention in the Bahamas, of all places, as the second place winner of the video speech contest. And I can go on and on. You know, the people that I met, got to know lawyers, as I mentioned, got to know doctors like Mariam Arif, got to spend, got to know her chit-chatting, saying that her father said, when you go to get a COVID injection, make sure you know what they're giving you. And then her father went and got the injection, came back. They said, what did they give you? She said, I don't know. They just, whatever they gave, I took it. And she said, Abu, you told us that we should be careful, and it's just the opposite. So you get to know people. And so that's the best thing about being part of KTC, getting to know some very, very wonderful people, very honest, honorable people. And then because of KTC, I've also gotten to know some people outside, like DTM Zaid Karia in Karachi, or DTM Azam Ali, or DTM Hina Azam in Lahore, and DTM Toastmaster Meher and Toastmaster Iram in Islamabad. So people join Toastmasters because they want to improve their communication skills or become better speakers. But people stay in Toastmasters because of the people they come across. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity not only be a member of this club, but also serve as the club president. And I wish the new executive committee best of luck. And I'm sure the success that this club has had since 2004, or I should say actually since it was chartered back in September 2000, I'm sure it'll continue because of the caliber of members that this club has. At this time, I'm going to turn the control of the meeting to our distinguished Toastmaster, Talha bin Hamid, first to say anything about as a VP Education, and then for his remarks as the President-elect for next year.
Thank you so much, DTM Sarfraz. Let me take this liberty to say that you are perhaps one of the best things to happen to KTC and to District 122. We are lucky to have you with us as a member and as a president. And your tenure has been illustrious, and the numbers bear it out, and also the quality of the club. We have been in conversations and exchanging messages. And, you know, there have been times where, as a VP Education, I came very close to giving up, honestly speaking, because we are not simply getting the same kind of traction that we used to. But then I realized one thing, and that is that it's not a challenge unique to Karachi Toastmasters Club. It's a worldwide challenge. So much so that TI itself is inquiring into why is this happening. And they have a knack for ignoring the obvious, but let's put that aside. And every time I came this close to giving up, something or the other happened that completely reset my state of mind, and also taught me one lesson that all of you already know, but I need to learn again and again, that there's always hope. And this time too, being nominated as the president because nobody else had come forward, and also, believe it or not, I have no desire to be president again and again. Also knowing that 2 of the slots went without nominations, which is something that simply did not happen at KTC till the start of this meeting, or let's say till yesterday. I was slipping into my familiar, like I met, I was into, like I was in the company of my familiar friend, perhaps you guys don't know, which is depression. And it's very easy to slip into these days. Yes, I've been away from it successfully for years. And it's not completely possible to remain 100% away from it, but it's easy to manage it. But over the past few days, it, due to various other factors as well, it became very strong. But today, when I saw floor candidates, all the positions being filled, and excellent speeches from the candidates, voting, that fills me with hope. Believe it or not, doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I was elected president. The quality of the candidates that we had, even someone who just joined the club yesterday, the quality of the speech that they delivered, that fills me with hope. And that's the secret sauce of KTC, that thanks to the diligence of its founders and the culture that they sowed here, we continue to attract excellent individuals as members. I believe we all know that KTC's members as human beings, as talented individuals, are second to none. And that's a secret sauce of KTC. And for that, I'm thoroughly grateful to everyone. Next meeting is targeted to be hybrid. We will celebrate DTM Shahnawazi's PhD. Also, we'll have the new executive committee installed. It should be a celebration. We will also be celebrating the education awards, because you may have been noticing I haven't been announcing the education awards for some time. That is simply because I wanted to make a celebration out of it after the year end. So that's the goal. And I'm once again thoroughly grateful to each and every one of you, each and every member. And I would like to close with one final statement. This tenure as VP Education was, as always, filled with challenges, but VP Education also happens to be perhaps the most fun role in Toastmasters, especially when you end up in my position where DTM Safa spoke about the excellence of KTC members. I would also like to speak about the excellence of clubs that were co-founded by KTC, because in this year's district finals, the winners, the second place, belong to the clubs that were co-founded by KTC members, and they have KTC members in those clubs as well. And the third is, of course, our own champion, Toastmaster Latif. And one happy coincidence is that I happen to be the VP Education of all 3 of them. So, so I don't know. I became VP of KTC and Quantum Leap because no one else stepped forward. But I'm not complaining, because to complain would be churlish. Even without the championship positions, what has happened in these 3 clubs over the year is enough good memories to last me a lifetime. And I personally want to thank each and every one of you. Over to you, Mr. President.
There were 6 contestants in the international speech contest. I did not know all 6 of them, but I know personally and have communicated with them for the contest, with the first place winner, second place winner, and the third place winner. And all three represented clubs were Distinguished Toastmaster Talab and Hama is the VP Education. That speaks a lot about not only the clubs that they're representing, but also the VP Education. And it also speaks highly of our club members, because some of our club members helped those winners reach that level where they were able to go home or walk away with a trophy. And they're amongst the top three positions. So that's true. KTC, there are so many clubs in the district that are offshoot of KTC, or KTC members started them. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's a Zenith Club or Express Toastmasters, several of them. And DTM Talha is responsible for sponsoring or starting several themed clubs, the advanced clubs within district, and they're doing very well. They have high caliber of members in those clubs. Thank you, all of you, for joining us, and we would like to see you again next week, where we'll be celebrating the PhD of one of our Toastmasters, along with the induction of the new club officers, incoming club officers, and farewell to the 2023-2024 club officers. And so please join us, because we want to kick off the first meeting of the new Toastmasters year with a bang. And hopefully 1 year from now, we'll be able to say the same nice things once again. Until next week, thank you for joining us. Stay safe, be blessed. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Thank you. And I would like to thank DTM Saad for his unparalleled support to KTC. I would formally table before the executive committee in due course to declare him an honorary member as well. And I'm sincerely grateful for him handling this meeting. Even right now, he's traveling with his job. So absolutely unparalleled commitment. I couldn't be personally more grateful to DTM Saad, and I believe that the entire club is also grateful to Saad. You are a true Toastmaster, and we are lucky to have you as one of our family members. Thank you so much.
That's true.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, DTM Saad.